Hi, I'm Brad Redding, the Director of Instruction at the Resort Course at Grande Dunes in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I am a Golf Magazine Top 100 teacher and a PGA Master Professional in Instruction. When I set out on this quest to become a better golf instructor, I thought a lot about what my goals should be to make golfers better, to help them play better golf. And I get a lot of questions about that too from people. They say, Brad, how do you teach? What's your philosophy or system for teaching? And I said, well, when I first started out, I had to first understand what was my real objective here. What did I have to do to make golfers play better? Now, besides the fact that they didn't have a good game management, they got to have a game first. So I said, you know what they really want is for the golf ball to do something better and do it more often. That's the real objective. Whether it be a putt, a chip, a pitch, a bunker shot, driver, 6-iron, they want the golf ball to do something better and do it more often. That's what they really want. Everyone wants that. I want that. You want that. We all want that. So I started thinking about that a lot, and I said, if I'm going to prove in a full swing what the golf ball does, I need to understand what's going on in impact to cause that ball flight. And we all have tendencies. We're either slicers or hookers. We catch the ground too much or too little. We catch it more on the toe or the heel. And that's a tendency that people have. If it doesn't do that, they made a compensation. So out of 10 shots, if 7 of them are fat, go right, and catch it on the toe, there's your tendency. If you did it with a driver, you'd definitely find out the tendency. Les Loft tends to exaggerate the error, magnify the error. So based on that ball flight, I back up to impact and say, now what's going on at impact to cause that ball flight? And then what's happening on the way down that would cause that impact? And then what's happening on the way back that would cause the downswing? And is there anything at address that might cause the backswing? So I'm always backing up there to find the root cause of the problem. The root cause. That's where people are off. They haven't fixed the real problem. They've compensated for the problem. That's what happens. They compensate for it. They don't fix it. Okay? My goal is to fix it. So my diagnosis here has to be accurate. Like a doctor. He diagnoses the problem. What's the first thing he does? He finds out the symptoms. The ball flight. That's the symptom. And then I back up and find the root cause of the problem. The root cause. So when I started looking at that, I said, well, how does club and club face travel kind of control ball flight, contact with the ground, and when I catch it on the face? That club path and face control that. So I started thinking more about the golf ball and where it sits at address. And the golf ball's in two places. Golf club's got to swing up and down. It's got to swing in and out. And the reason why? The ball's on the ground, the club's got to go up and down and back up again. Golf ball's to the side of me, it's got to swing in or around me, back out in front, and then once again in and around the way through. And the idea is to combine the right amount of each of those elements. Each of them have the right amount of up and down with in and out. And it just so happens that this club shaft is on an angle. Well, that is your swing plane. It's the tool, the instrument, that needs to swing on that angle. Now, provided your clubs fit you correctly, which we check in every lesson, every school, make sure the tool fits you. What we want to do is make sure that club travels on that angle. It goes back along the line, establishes an address, it gets above and parallel, it stays above and parallel, it returns back on that angle, back on that line it was on an address, and then once again above and parallel on the way through. And that's the goal of every golf swing. I don't believe it should change its angle very much. Not at all. And the reason why is, why would you teach someone to reroute the golf club when perfect symmetry is possible? Perfect symmetry. So I'm very much into that club traveling on that angle throughout the golf swing. And it all depends on where they come to me from, as far as getting this from the club on that angle. But I'm going to back up one more time. I'm going to say, now what's the body doing to help that club not travel on that angle? What's the body doing to help the club not travel correctly? Now remember, anything I change with the body is designed to make this travel better, which improves that impact, which improves that ball flight. So I'm not going to give them a piece of information about their body just to make it more correct. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait till the golf ball tells me what to do. All right? If they've been having the golf ball on the hill all their life, okay, and making great contact, and I fix how the club travels, fix what their body's doing, they should hit the ball right in the hosel. And then I'll say, okay, now you got to back up. We got to get further away. But I'm going to wait till that happens. I'm going to let the golf ball tell me a lot of what I should and shouldn't do. And that's kind of important to me. It's very important that I fix what the body does, but it's all about fixing how the club travels, and then that would fix the impact in the ball flight. But I have to help people understand, where are you? So how do you know what to do if you didn't know what you did? So at Grande Dunes, I have a very elaborate studio, bay doors that roll up. We hit golf balls from inside out, 4 different camera angles, a monitor on the ground, and one up here. We're going to sit down and talk about where you are. What is causing that bad ball flight? And I'll do it just the way I did it right there. I'll start with ball flight with them, explain to them what's going on impact, what's happening on the way down, what's happening on the way back, what's happening at address. I'm going to talk about all that and back up till I run into the real problem, and then I'll say, here's what we got to do with the club, and here's what we're going to do with your body to help that club swing more on plane. But I don't teach everyone the same way. I can't. It depends where they come from. One guy comes to me and he's very upright, so I'm going to get him to go more around. I got a lady that comes to me and she tends to bend her wrist this way, the face is dead shut and way inside. So I got to get her to cock her wrist and get the club more up. It depends on where you are. It depends a lot on that, on where you are. But when you leave that day, after that lesson, that school, that golf ball better be doing something better, or I haven't done my job. So I make sure that when they leave me that day, after that lesson of school, that golf ball is doing something better, it's doing it more often, and here may be the really important part. The bad shots aren't so bad. That's what happens. Most bad shots kill golfers. I slice it way off to the right, they top it, miss it, and that kills their golf game. So when you leave that day, I can guarantee you that golf ball will be doing something better, doing it more often, and the bad shots won't be so bad. So all my lessons work that way. It's about improving how the club travels, improving what the golf ball, what the body does to improve how that club travels, but the real key, fixing that impact and that ball flight every single time. That's my goal. All right, I hope this helped you understand how I teach. I enjoy doing it every day, and I hope to see you real soon.